Greetings, my alien babies, and welcome to the new and improved Alien Babies podcast. You've arrived. Let's check it out. We got the new microphone, got the new interface. Hopefully the audio sounds better. I'm working on that. And yeah, I thought the podcast needed a little jazzing up. You know what I'm saying? So, did a new setup. I poked a bunch of holes in this painting. Added some lights. Hope you enjoy that. Hope that's nice. I love stargazing. It's like my favorite thing to do. Stargazing and UFO hunting. So yeah, for the people that can't see that are listening, I added a bunch of fairy lights to the back of my painting. Poked a bunch of holes in the painting. Put a bunch of fairy lights behind it. They flicker, they move, twinkle. Yeah. I like it. Got a little window effect here. Hope that, it looks like there's light coming through a window and shining on my UFO wall here. I have this little UFO wall with a bunch of UFO pictures. And we got a picture of Bigfoot. We got the moon landing. We got some declassified government UFO documents. Newspaper clippings. We got Bob Lazar up there. We got the whole shebang. We got the all alien shebang, So yeah, welcome. It's been a while. I haven't done this podcast in a while. I might even record 2 episodes today. Who knows? Might even record 2 episodes. But I think I'm going to go live after I film a couple episodes today. I'm going to go live, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and talk to the alien babies, see how everybody's doing, because I haven't done that in a while. Alien Babies Podcast Live, if you want to check it out. Instagram, at Arthur Alien. If you want to hop on my Instagram when I do these lives. And if you have a UFO story, sighting, experience, or ghost experience you want to share in a judgment-free zone because you're surrounded by other like-minded individuals, people that have seen things, experienced things, and they're not going to judge you because they're on the same wavelength as you. And even if some people haven't seen anything, they're still open-minded. They still won't judge. Because there are people out there that haven't seen things or experienced paranormal things that, still have an open mind. There are. You just got to find those people. And I found a bunch of those people on Facebook groups, UFO Facebook groups. And yeah, a lot of people trickle in to the groups that shouldn't be there. A lot of skeptics, a lot of negative people that are just there to, ruffle some feathers. But you just block those people. That's what I do. I just block people. Just block them, So there hasn't really been anyone negative on my Alien Babies Podcast Live episodes yet that I can remember. If there is, somebody skeptical, somebody talking trash about another person sharing their UFO sighting story, blocked. They just get blocked. That's all. They just get blocked. Because we can't have that on the Alien Babies podcast. None of that. I created the Alien Babies podcast specifically for other people to share, to feel comfortable sharing their paranormal, paranormal sightings, UFO sightings, ghost experiences, all of that. I created the podcast specifically for those people to feel comfortable sharing their experiences, because I know a lot of the time, oh, trust me, I know, obviously, right? I know a lot of the time when you try and open up and share the things, the incredible, crazy things that you've seen in the sky, what have you, to random people, most of the time they're not very open and not very positive to hearing your story. They can be very negative, put you down, make you feel so stupid for even sharing with them, for opening up. Might even make you mad, very mad. Because who were they to tell you that you didn't see what you saw? They don't know. And they're straight up wrong because they've never seen anything. And they just have such a closed-minded view and opinion on, things that are just out there and things that are greater than them. They just don't know, but they think they're so right. And they're not. Because there are people that have seen legitimate things. I've seen some crazy stuff. Legitimate things that should not be real. That a lot of people will tell you is impossible. It doesn't exist. There's no other life out there. There's nothing flying around. There's no UFOs. Bro, really? What are these things that I'm seeing? Project Bluebeam? Fake holographic things that the government's projecting into the sky? Oh, really, dude? Maybe some of that is true. But I feel like that's a cover. Project Bluebeam. Because there's definitely real things out there. It's not all Project Bluebeam, if any of it. There's real aliens and UFOs and weird stuff floating around, flying around. There's no Project Bluebeam in my backyard. I saw an alien creature, interdimensional entity, flying above my backyard, like 15, 20 feet away from me. You're going to tell me it's Project Bluebeam? I need no Project Bluebeam, bro. I mean, if it is, I guess anything's possible, right? I believe anything's possible. So maybe, but nah, dude. If you're saying everything's Project Bluebeam, that means you're saying there's no alien life out there, and there is. There has to be. Not only does it have to be, I've seen it, so I know. But even if I hadn't seen it, just the mind-blowing amount of other stars, planets, galaxies, universes out there, it's insane. It's insane how much is out there. And we've barely seen any of it. So how can people say for certainty that no, there's no such thing as alien life, there's nothing else out there? How can they say that? They can't. I used to spend 15, 16 hours a week stargazing, staring at the sky, UFO hunting, in a weird UFO hotspot. A bunch of weird stuff flying around. So guess what? When you keep an open mind, and you spend that much time and effort into stargazing, UFO hunting, looking for something incredible, eventually you're bound to see something. But even literally just driving down the road, stepping one foot out into my backyard and looking up, I've seen some incredible things. Just driving down the road, minding my own business in my car, look up at the sky, and you see something insane. You see a gigantic craft the size of multiple supermarkets, I don't know, 50, 100 feet above the building, flying by. Or maybe it was 3 orbs. I'm not sure. It was nighttime. Either 3 gigantic orbs in a triangle formation, slowly floating across the sky. Gigantic. And then, boom, takes off in a split second, makes a right turn, gone. I caught like a second footage, like 1 second of this thing right before it disappeared behind the trees, off in the distance. And it was gigantic. I don't know if it was 3 orbs, 3 giant red orbs flying in unison in a triangle formation, or if it was the 3 lights underneath of a giant craft. Not sure. Oh, man. That's insane. It's like, what the hell is that? And the balls on this UFO or whatever that thing was, this craft, these orbs, the balls to fly that low and be visible. Now you could say, was that a government craft? Yeah, maybe, but that would mean that some government has alien-like UFO technology. That would mean they have technology that defies the laws of physics to take off that fast. That would also mean that whatever is in the craft may not be human. There may be no humans in there because, as far as we're told, humans can't survive that much G-force moving that fast throughout the sky. So that opens up some questions. What is in that craft? Is it AI? Is there nothing in the craft? No humans? Is there a special breed of human that they've been messing around with DNA and doing some crazy stuff underground, some experiments, some superhumans in there? What's going on? Some high-tech drone that the public is not aware of that can defy the laws of physics, stop on a dime, go from point A to point B in less than a second. 0 feet to 60,000 feet, less than a second, because that's been witnessed. Has been witnessed by pilots. Commander Fravor, I think that's his name. He saw a tic-tac-shaped UFO. Oh, and by the way, who's heard the audio footage recently from this pilot flying a plane, minding his own business, and he sees a UFO fly above the plane. I don't think I can play the audio footage. YouTube will probably take it down. But as he's flying his plane, he describes seeing a UFO. I should have listened to the recording before I did this podcast, because I can't remember exactly what he said. You know what? I'll post it to Instagram later. That'll be good. That's a good clip to post. Yeah, I'll do that. He describes the craft as a cylinder or crack my neck, or a square. I forget. But he describes it's like a cylinder, a tic-tac, something like that. And yeah, he's just flying his plane and he sees this UFO. But look at the crazy thing is, it's like, I mean, I guess it's not crazy, but there's still a lot of people that doubt. They doubt it's real. And then if you share your story or something you've seen, or the mere fact, the word UFO or alien, some people are so negative and closed-minded and so judgmental, then yeah, it makes you mad sometimes. And you're just like, bro, you're so dumb. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just wrong. And then sometimes they get disrespectful about it. And then you just want to knock them out, right? It's like, not only are you wrong, now you're just being disrespectful. Now you're just super wrong. I don't know, man. But the other part of it is the government. Well, I don't want to say the government. Well, I think it was the government, right? The Pentagon came out and literally admitted that, yeah, UFOs are real. They literally came out and said this, but people are still skeptical. Like, bro, government straight up said, yeah, hey, what's up? UFOs are real. We have some of them. I forget what they said, all right? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I believe what they said was, we got UFOs, we're studying them, we don't know what they are. Straight up, admitted to it. We don't know what they are, flying around, we don't know. They've admitted this, okay? So for people to still be skeptical, they either didn't hear the news, it went in one ear, flew out the other like a UFO, or I don't know, man. It just gets a little annoying sometimes. Hopefully in the future, 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now, I don't know, people will come around, be more open-minded. Maybe we'll have a nice, peaceful human race. None of this politics, which is so stupid. Vote for this side or this side. Well, they both suck. Why do I have to vote for either one of them? They both seem like puppets. I don't know. Maybe in the future, we'll have a nice, peaceful human race. Maybe we'll be living with some aliens. Maybe once Elon Musk takes a bunch of people to Mars, and by the way, I hear he's building a city in Texas. I don't know if that's like a test city to see how it would operate on Mars, or if he's building it and he's going to launch it and take it to Mars. Probably not, but he could. Probably not, though. That seems like it would be easier to build a base, a city from scratch on Mars instead of building it here and launching a giant city. Yeah, that's not going to work. But yeah, maybe when people start living on Mars, that's when aliens will come to Mars, unless they're already there, and we'll live with some aliens on Mars, if we're not already on Earth, because we very well may be. I've seen some videos of like these fake skin suits that you put on. It's like if you wanted to be an old man, you put on this old man skin on your head, right? It's like a mask, it's got the hair, it's got everything. And, yeah, looks like an old man. You could fool anybody. So you're going to tell me, you know, an alien race with like millions of years of technological advancements? Bro, okay. Imagine humans right now, and then imagine us 100 years from now. How much more crazy the technology is going to get. Now imagine us 500 years from now. Bro, imagine Elon Musk right now, and imagine if everything advances the way it is, and maybe even faster, imagine his rockets 100 years from now, 500 years from now, 1,000 years from now. Okay? Now imagine a million years. Insane, right? You can't even comprehend that. You can't even fathom what a million years of technological evolution and innovation will look like. You can't even comprehend it. It seems unimaginable. It seems impossible, right? And it may be, we may get wiped out way before then. We don't know. We don't know. But I'm just saying, there's too many planets and universes and galaxies out there. If you see some of these videos, and it shows like zooming out from Earth, and everything gets smaller and smaller, and you're going further back. And now Earth is like a pin, and then you see a galaxy, universe, and then infinite amount of universes inside its own bubble, and then there's an infinite amount of other bubbles with infinite amounts of universes and galaxies and planets inside those bubbles. Crazy. Like, what? But also, how do we know that's true? I don't want to be like a flat earther skeptic here, but it's like, how do we know how much of that is true? How do we know what else is out there outside of our own bubble? Because we can only see as far as we can see. You know? We can only see out into space as far as we can see. We can't see everything. There's a lot that we can't see. So it's like, how do we know? Because scientists are wrong all the time. They are. As years progress, scientists come out and say, oh, we were wrong about... And it's all theories. It doesn't mean that it's a fact. Literally, they're theories. What they think maybe is what's going on. What they think maybe is what's out there. Well, maybe there's an infinite amount of parallel universes. Has it been proven? Pretty sure it hasn't, because if it has been proven, that would be insane. That would be that would be a crazy discovery. Hey, human race, by the way, there's an infinite amount of you out there. Yes, we proved it. Do you want to see? We can show you. Do you want to see what you look like with blue hair? Because there's a universe out there where you have blue hair. Do you want to see what you look like with a lizard tongue? A universe out there where you thought it would be cool to splice your tongue, get a lizard tongue. What am I even talking about? Get a little espresso in my stomach. And by the way, how weird is it to drink things and have it and like eat food, and if you feel it going down, and then it sits in this bag in your body, this human meat vessel, then it starts digesting food with this acid. Like, what? Espresso. Yo, by the way, if you're one of those people that like talks trash on caffeine, coffee, espresso, and you're like, don't drink it, are you crazy, dude? This is one of the best things about some people's day. Now you could say, oh, we'll get some better things in your day. That's not what I'm saying, and it's delicious. Who are these people that don't like coffee and caffeine? Maybe it is bad for you. I don't know. Guess what? I don't care. I'm not smoking meth. This is coffee. Can I have at least some coffee? I mean, come on. There's enough bad things out there to kill you enough. Pesticides, Monsanto, weed killer. We got chemicals in our food, breathing weird air. Can I have a little coffee, please? That's all I'm asking for. Just a little bit of coffee. And so what if I drink it almost every day? So what? It's fine, dude. I'm not smoking meth. I'm not doing heroin, at least. So the people slamming coffee, just knock it off. If you don't want to drink coffee, that's on you. It's on you, dude. Don't drink coffee then. Don't drink coffee. But for the rest of us, come on. Come on. Let us have at least the damn coffee. That's all I'm saying. I still have to film a coffee commercial where I'm like, I take a sip. That's some good coffee. God, feels good to be back doing a podcast. Got the new setup. Got the new mic. Ooh, this sexy mic. Oh, I love this mic. I do, man. I fucking love this mic. Got the new Scarlett Focusrite Solo interface that it plugs into. Got the Cloud Lifter. There's a filter. Cloud Lifter, I think. For the audio. Little dragon bell. Boom. Ding-a-ling-a-ding. I have a sexy red chair that I bought. You can't see. It's like I could use it for some videos. I could film like little quick podcast episodes. Well, not podcast, like little videos where I'm sitting in this red velvet, sexy, tall chair. Victorian style. It's like this chair. What are the holes and the rivets, whatever. It's like this style. But red. And tall, thin, almost looks like a shoe. And I could film some quick videos like giving some love advice, some alien love advice. Well, why not? It's got the vibe for it. It's red, it's velvety, it's sexy. I got my my smoking, what do you call it? Smoking jacket, the red robe, the red like Hugh Hefner kind of robe. Give some dating, give some love advice, give a little dating advice. I'm in a long-term relationship. Oh, that gives me a really good idea. I just got chills. I could give some dating advice for long distance relationships. No, granted, I'm not like a wizard or anything, you know? But I can share what I've learned so far along the way. That's all. I can share our journey a little bit, you know, share a little advice, how we go about doing the whole thing. Yeah, so yeah, so I think that'll be fun. That's another thing I'm gonna do. So check this out. I started my painting journey this week or last week. Got some painting supplies, went to Michael's, then I went to Blick. Blick is really cool. It's a huge art store. They have probably anything and everything you could possibly need or think of. It's a huge art store. A way bigger selection than Michael's. Straight up. So, oops. I made my first painting. I wanted to start painting like galaxies and space and nebula and stars. And also I want to paint UFO sightings, UFOs, aliens. What else? Stuff like that. So I found a couple space artists. One in particular, I'm blanking right now. Her name is Catherine M. Munchin on Instagram. She's like the best. Took some pointers from her, some tips. I attempted it. I filmed it live. Me painting. It's still wet, by the way. I think this is going to take like at least a month to dry. I swear to God. It's still wet. It dried around the edges, but everything else, like, I don't know if you can see, wet. Look how wet that is. But yeah, I attempted my first space painting. It kind of looks like a space rose. A little bit. It's got the hole in the center. It's blue. I think it's a good first attempt. It didn't quite come out, didn't quite come out the way that I wanted it to. But, I think it's a good attempt. And actually, I need to paint another one. Painting number 2. What's today? Thursday. Maybe tonight. Or maybe even tomorrow. So I'll do it live. You can join along. Yeah, little space rose. So I might do a whole series of space roses. So yeah, I started my painting journey. I'm excited. I want to see if I can create another source of income based around just being creative, creating things, doing things that I love. Painting is dope. Space. I love space. Love stargazing, love the stars. So if there's a way that I can make art, I love art. I love being creative in many different ways. So if there's a way that I can, create another source of income from just being creative and having fun, dude, are you kidding? That is the best scenario. Creating another source of income by doing something that you love, that's fun, that's the best. Who wouldn't want to do that? What do you think? Kind of looks like a space rose, or just trying to get some good light on it, if that's even possible. Can't tell if, oops. Let's see if I can get any closer. Let's see. It's still wet, so I'm trying to. How do I look? Don't look back. Okay. Just did some posing with the painting. So yeah, I thought maybe like I would see if I could sell this first one, but you know, I think I'm gonna hold on to it because it's like my first painting, right? Keep it for memories. So maybe in the future, when I get much better at painting, maybe it'll be worth more because it's like the first one. It's, you know, but also like then I can look back on it and be like, hey, this is the very first space painting that I've ever made. I haven't painted in years, like over a decade. I haven't painted. It's like a special brush technique. It's an oil painting. It's oil paint, so it's difficult. It's a special technique. I have this big blending brush, kind of move it around. And so here's what I did quickly, right? I painted the canvas in black gesso, or gesso. I don't know how you say it. Covered the painting horizontally, then vertically. Boom. Black gesso. Then I covered the painting in some linseed oil. Very thin layer of linseed oil. Very thin. Very thin. Just cover that bad boy. Bob Ross. Cover that bad boy up. Right up, right? Linseed oil. Then you add a color, okay? Of your oil paint. You add a color. So I added blue, a nice bright blue, what is it called? I have it over there somewhere. I think it begins with a P or a T, phthalo. It's a nice bright blue, right? The thing is, when you add the color, you can't really see it too well, which is fine because you cover the canvas where you want in a color. I picked blue. Next, you add some white lines, right? And this is where the magic happens. You take your 2-inch brush, your 2.5-inch brush, whatever, big brush, and then you start going in little gentle circles and you're blending. So the white blends in into the blue, and that's where the color really comes out. That's where it really brings out the color. It lightens everything up and really brings out the blue so you can see it. And you're blending just gently, just ever so gently. Yeah, it really brings out the color. And yeah, it was challenging. I started like messing up the right side there. So I just, because it was blending too much and it wasn't looking how I wanted it to look. And I didn't want to keep messing with it and really, you know, mess it up. So I stopped there, splattered some stars on it. And yeah, I mean, I'm learning, you know, still learning. But I think it was a good first attempt. I'm pretty happy with it. It's nice. I posted it online and a lot of people seem to really like it. So it made me feel good. I was surprised. I didn't know. I didn't think that many people, you know, would appreciate it that much. So that's cool. So, I mean, look, if there's anything you want to do in life, just start. You want to start a business, you want to start painting, making some bath bombs, you want to start an Etsy account, which I have to do soon. Actually, this week I'm supposed to be doing some research on how to make some candles. This week is candles. So stay tuned for some alien candles. And again, I just love being creative, coming up with products, inventions, creating the logo, the designs, creating the actual product, marketing it, selling it. Love advertising, love marketing. Anyway, but if there's anything you want to do in life, just start. It doesn't have to be perfect, because guess what? It won't be perfect in the beginning, but you have to start somewhere. And that's okay if it's not perfect. That's good. You should want it to not be perfect, because that leaves so much room for improvement, and then in the future it's going to be so much better. So just start now. Just start. Don't waste more time. Plan a little bit, whatever, but then just start. Grab your phone. You don't need a fancy camera just yet. Put it in front of your face and start talking. Hey, Instagram, what's going on? It's your boy, Arthur Alien. Making my first video today. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, straight up, be honest. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna start this painting journey. I don't know. I went to Michael's today. This is what I got. If you have any tips for me, cool. Like, I've never painted before, blah, blah, blah. Like, straight up, don't overthink it. Just do it. You'll figure it out as you go. And the sooner you start, the better. So I'm not going to rant about that too much longer, but, oh man, I'm telling you, start your journey. If there's anything you want to do, just do it. You're going to feel so much better 6 months, a year from when you start. Yeah, it's going to be weird in the beginning because you've never done anything like that. It's going to be awkward. It might suck. Don't worry about it. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the right now, and just enjoy the process. Just know in the future, it's going to pay off. If you pay attention, like Joe Rogan says, if you pay attention and you make improvements and expect to fail. Be excited when you fail. Just know that you probably will fail a bunch of times on your journey. And that's good. You know why? Because you can learn from those failures. That is an incredible opportunity to learn why you failed, how you can improve, how to make it better. Don't, be strong. Don't quit. Don't give up. If everyone that failed their first time gave up, there would be literally nobody. There would be nothing. For the most part. There'd be nothing. You know how many times Elon Musk failed? The dude literally he failed a bunch of times. To the point where he had to borrow rent money from people. He had to borrow rent money. And he was like a billionaire or a millionaire. A millionaire, yes. But he put all of his money into his businesses, Tesla, SpaceX. If one or more of his rockets would have exploded, game over. He would have lost everything. Investors would have pulled out. But the rocket landed. He got, I don't know if you want to say super lucky, but if it would have failed, no bueno. It's fate. It really is fate. Like, Elon Musk was meant to do well. SpaceX was meant to do great things. Tesla was meant to succeed. Now, granted, that wouldn't have happened without, him working hard. That wouldn't have happened. That's the other part of the coin. Got to work hard, put in the effort. But above all, you got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. And that is key. 100%. If you don't believe in yourself, you're going to have a tough time. But yeah, so stay tuned for the next painting. Probably going to put some paintings up on outhousealien.com. outhousealien.com. Your source for, what do I say? Your source for accessories to accentuate your individuality, alien entertainment, alien fitness, and motivation to follow your dreams. It's kind of like my motto, something like that. OuthouseAlien.com. I'm gonna have soon some candles up on there that I made, handmade. Bath bombs. I got some merch, but I gotta fix my t-shirts, the colors. I gotta upload a bunch of the merch. Yeah. So can't buy anything out. Can't buy anything yet on OuthouseAlien.com, but soon. The checkout is paused. Working on it. I have a million ideas that I'm working on. A million things. Bear with me. And if I can give another piece of advice, if you're trying to, follow your dreams and like start a business, it's much easier to get somewhere and make a lot of progress if you focus on like one thing, right? Obviously. So this probably doesn't apply to most people. Or maybe I don't know. Like if you want to be just like a photographer, if you want to be a photographer, and then focus on photography every single day. Don't focus on photography, writing a book, starting a podcast, starting 4 YouTube channels, and then like 15 other things all at once. Because it's going to take you like years. It's going to take you a long time. Even working 80 to 100 hours a week, it's going to take you a long time to really get things going. Because by the time you invest some time into one idea, you got to jump onto the next thing, and then you got to jump onto the next thing, and then you got to do this, then you got to do that. Especially if you're a one-man team or woman, you're designing your own logos, you're doing everything yourself. It's going to take you a long time. But yeah, much easier if you just focus on one thing. You want to be a graphic designer? Do graphic design every single day. Focus on that. Get you a TikTok, maybe a Twitter, Instagram, Facebook page, YouTube channel. But even that, it starts to kind of be a lot. But as long as you're just focused on the graphic design and you're not doing graphic design, filmmaking, video, 7 YouTube channels, TikTok, podcast, sci-fi fashion brand, merch, candles, like it gets crazy. It gets crazy. But I don't know. I feel like most people aren't really like that. They focus on 1 or 2 things. They don't do a million. Or maybe a lot of people do. What do I know? I don't know. All I'm saying is life is short. Let's see, can I zoom in a little bit on myself? All I'm saying is life is short, right? And you know this. I don't gotta tell you this. Live your life and follow your dreams. Like, I quit my 9 to 5 about, God, how long's it been? It's been, I don't know, it's been 2 years, 2.5, 2 years. What are we in, 2021? Let me think. 2021, quit my 9 to 5, maybe. 2019, like June 1st. 19, 20. Huh. I don't know, man. Whatever. Who cares? It's been like a year. It's been like a year and a half, 2 years or so. I don't even know. Actually, yeah, that would make sense. 2019. Yeah, it's been like almost 2 years. It's been like almost 2 years. It's been a crazy journey. It's been a fun journey. Like, quit my 9 to 5 to do my own thing, start my own businesses. Because all my life I've had all these ideas, and I've just been, past few years, man, finally graduated college, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I was like Neo in the Matrix, sitting in the cubicle. Sitting in the cubicle, just staring at my computer screen like, I felt it. I'm like, yo, it's time to check out. Like, I gotta do my own thing. I just hit a certain age, and I'm like, dude, where did the time go? I gotta stop fooling around and start like living life and just doing the things that I want to do and creating the businesses and pursuing the ideas that I've had on my mind for so long. I'll literally sit at work for hours, just writing down my own ideas, just thinking about stuff that I wanted to do, planning, and yeah, I just felt it. It just felt like time. And then, yeah, quit my 9 to 5. And then guess what? Less than a year later, COVID broke out. So literally before that, for those 10 months or whatever, I was inside. I was locked inside, working on my ideas, 80 to 100 hours a week. Just, I would like work out, wake up, get on my laptop and just design all day, film things, edit things, day and night, 80 to 100 hours a week. Just trying to figure it out, just trying to figure it all out. Spinning my wheels at times, of course, but that's part of the journey. You gotta, because you don't know what you're doing. You figure it out as you go. Yeah, maybe you waste some money and maybe some time here and there, but you gotta enjoy the process, the now. Because if you don't enjoy it, why even doing it, right? But I forgot how you got on that tangent, but yeah. I'm trying to put this down here because this painting's still wet. And yeah, like I said, nothing has to be perfect because nothing will be perfect. Look at The Simpsons. Look at the very first episodes. Look how badly drawn they were. Did The Simpsons start perfect? No. They didn't draw it perfectly and have like everything crisp. It was badly drawn. But they started, and guess what? Over the years, got better and better and better and improved. And you can do the same thing. You just have to believe in yourself. Even if you think you suck, right? You have to change that mentality. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you work it out, and the more you condition it every day, you start flipping the switch. Every time you think negatively about yourself, just flip it. It's like a switch. Boom. Oh, no, I don't suck. I'm still improving. Look. I'm doing the best that I can, and I will be great. Yeah, maybe right now I'm not that great, but whatever. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. Don't beat yourself up about anything. My alien babies, just improve. Learn from your mistakes. That's all. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you work it out, the more you flip it to think positively instead of negatively, the easier it's going to be in the future to continue to think positively. And it has a huge impact on your life. Like, whatever you put out into the universe, it's like a mirror. It comes back to you. If you think you suck and you put it out there, the universe says, oh, this person thinks they suck, so they must suck. And that's what you get back. And some people don't believe in that kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you, it's true. Like, straight up. Manifestation, power of the mind, law of attraction. Listen to some of these celebrities talk about it. You're going to tell me a rich celebrity doesn't know what they're talking about when they say that, hey, I manifested this life. Missy Elliott says that. She manifested her life. She visualized. Conor McGregor talks about it. He visualized his life. Jim Carrey wrote himself a $10 million check. Then guess what? 9-10 years later, he found out he's going to make $10 million for Dumb and Dumber. Wrote himself a check, put it in his wallet, carried it around until it deteriorated, and then boom, it happened. Coincidence? Maybe. But either way, he wrote it down, thought about it every day, manifested it. Follow Aaron, Doughty, Doughty, Aaron, Aaron, whatever, on Instagram and YouTube. He'll tell you all about meditation, manifestation, law of attraction, if you want to learn. Because it's key. I'm telling you, bro, your mind, whatever this life, crazy universe life thing is, there's a lot to it that we just don't know about. We just don't know. We have some ideas. And, I'm telling you, you just meditate for 30 days. It'll start changing your life. It'll change your life. For example, at this one time I was meditating, I'm visualizing this casting director texting me, hey, we want you for another audition. You got this job, whatever it was, for this TV show, for MTV. I'm meditating, I'm visualizing it, getting the text. I'm visualizing, opening my phone, seeing the text. What does it say? How do I feel inside? What do I hear around me? What do I see? I'm visualizing all of this. And guess what? I finished meditating. I opened my eyes. I look at my phone, and guess what? There was the text from that casting director with some good news for me. Literally how I just meditated about it. Are you kidding me? How insane is that? I literally was meditating, visualizing it happening. I opened my freaking eyes and then looked down and boom. Like, come on now. What more proof do you need? Coincidence? Yeah, maybe. But either way, I visualized it, and then it happened. That's all I know. So, do what you want with that information. But all I can do is give you some info and you take it and run with it. You can only give people the info and the details, and what they wish to do with it is on them. I'm like Morpheus from the Matrix. I can only show you the red and the blue pill. You take your choice. It's it's your choice. Like red or blue pill, whatever you want. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. It's on you. But yeah, leave a comment below if you actually watched and listened. What you think of this podcast setup? If you think it's sexy, if it's cool, if it looks better than last time. From what I can see right now, I'll look at the footage on my laptop. What I see right now, it looks a lot better, sexier, a little bit cleaner. I've removed the alien. Unfortunately, I like my alien, but I've removed it. I'll have them in my Twitch videos once I figure out the audio situation. Follow me on Twitch at Hi Arthur Alien. We're gonna have gaming. And you'll see me on video in the game. I got some black lights. I got some black light posters going on. Got a bunch of stuff. We're gonna have gaming. What else I got on there? Live moon footage. UFO hunting, stargazing, where I point the camera at the sky and you can UFO hunt with me live from a UFO hotspot. We got that going on. Live painting, where you can watch the process of me making these space paintings and UFO paintings. And you can check that out. Paint along with me if you want, if you also paint. What else do I have on there? And declassified fitness. Live workouts, which I haven't been doing too many of lately. Call it what you will, slacking or just being super busy with other things. Because like I said, I got a million things going on. Like I said, it's hard to make progress on one thing if you have 15 different things you're working on. So, got to figure that out. I don't know. But yeah, so, crack the neck. But yeah, anyway, my alien babies, I think that'll do it for today's episode. the Alien Babies podcast. I hope the audio sounds really nice, much improved. Hope the setup looks much better. Hope everyone's staying safe and healthy and working out and doing some meditation and staying positive. And that's key. Hit me up with some questions. Send me some UFO footage. Send me some ghost footage or even pictures. If you would like to be on the Alien Babies podcast live, follow me on Instagram at Arthur Alien. And you can hop on, do a live video chat with me. I'm actually probably going to do a live today. And I mean, this episode won't get posted until who knows when, so you won't know about it. But anyway, so for next time. But yeah, I also got to find some intro music. I got to find some intro music for this podcast. That'll be nice. Get some cool music going. What's coming up for next episodes? I have this really dope X-Files book. If you love the X-Files as much as I do, I'm going to read a bunch of stuff from the X-Files. I actually have 2 X-Files books. They're different. I'm going to read some stuff. And then I have 4 UFO and ghost magazines. I'll read some stuff from that. You can learn about how to have a ghost hunt, how to have a UFO hunt. You'll learn about the world's most haunted places. I'll also be reading about the most famous UFO cases, if you want to learn about those. All right, my alien babies, thank you for tuning in. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, spam the comments section. Every little bit helps. The algorithm, spread the word, tell your friends, tell strangers, tell your grandparents. So excited to be back. Thank you so much for tuning in, and hope you have a great day and keep looking up at the sky.
Welcome to my dream. It's good to see you again. We can kick back now. The show has reached the end. Turn out the lights. It's late in the hour. Everything you love has all come home. Farewell for now, my friend. I'll see you around again. Farewell for now, my friend. I'll see you around again. Believe in me, we're all alive together. You came through